Yeah, I think I have a lot of transferable skills from law. I think studying law helps you to understand how society works and how business works, especially if you do business law. So yeah, totally, it helped me to have better overview of technology. I think if I just studied technology, maybe I would be very narrow in understanding the code, but not understanding the world and not being able to combine these two things, understanding that the tech is actually for business, for life. So yeah. I would say I learned how to work under pressure, maybe. And well, I kind of I cut out everything from what was before. I was after breaking, I needed to move out from Vancouver. So I didn't have any other option, to put it this way. So I was just like, okay, I'm doing this, or I don't know what else I'm doing. And that was a lot of pressure on me, but also helped me to finish it. And, when you don't have too many options, I think you focus on one option you are working on. So that was my solution. Just do one thing and do it right and not try to do multiple things. Because if I was doing multiple things, then maybe, oh, maybe I'll do something else. So that helped me to focus. But I think I am pretty good learner. I think also law helped me with that, being able to sit down and learn things. And I mean, coding is hard. It's a totally different style of thinking. But once you understand it, that it's like a learning new language, then it becomes more understandable. Yeah. Yeah, I made a lot of friends from the bootcamp who I'm still in touch with. Even if they live different places around the world, we try to reach out to each other, to connect, to meet up when we are in the same country. And yeah, I mean, still friend with Jana, or she knows what I'm doing, and it is nice to know that how the bootcamp is going forward and helping people to change their careers, especially people who have already done something else. Because I think it's important, and it's important for the future as well. With AI, I think we will have to all get used to switch careers quickly. So yeah, this is something which stand with me, because that's what the bootcamp is doing, helping people to switch careers quickly in 3 months, being really hard, but only for 3 months, and then you learn something and you go and do something else what you didn't do before. So that. What I did, I found on LinkedIn, I just put remote positions, put a filter remote, and it's like not apply to anything else. Don't even apply for the normal ones. But this requires, I think, having an experience. If you are just like straight out of bootcamp, maybe stay for a year in the job you can get. And after that, when you have some experience, it might be easier. Because now I feel like the companies are trying to get people more in the offices again. Might be harder to find a remote job again. But yeah, if you don't have an experience, maybe sacrifice 1 year to get experience, even if you're in the office. But after that, just apply for remote jobs. So if I travel, I always travel on the weekend. I don't travel during the week, especially if it's like a different time zone, because as you said, jet lag is not nice. So trying to travel on Saturday, then have a Sunday to chill, and then get used to it. When I am in one place, I try stay disciplined. It's nice to have like a separate office if possible, or yeah, maybe work in the kitchen and sleep in the other room or something like that. So it kind of feels like a separate workspace. But I am pretty good in disciplining myself. Like I exercise in the morning, then I work, and I take short breaks to be able to refresh myself. So I am like tired, but yeah, have the notifications on my phone. I work mostly in Slack, so having it on my phone, so it reminds me that somebody is asking a question, that I need to go look into it, or something like that, that helps me. Yeah, But again, I think this is more like my personality. I don't have a problem to discipline myself. I have a problem when somebody is trying to micromanaging me. Then I'm like, okay, out. So, yeah. I wouldn't say it changed that much. I mean, sure, you are accessible more. Again, back to the notifications from Slack I have on my phone. Sure, if it is after work and there is something super important, I can see it that somebody asked something. And if it's, very important, I can answer to it or do something with it. But I try not to make it the normal way of working. I really try to work 9 to 5 or I don't know, 8:30 to 4:30. And because it's when you start answering every message, it's an easy way to be overworked, to burn out, because you're constantly connected, right? So I think again, it comes to self-discipline to not only to be good at working, but also be good at switching off and closing your computer. That's interesting. I thought after COVID, it's gonna be the new normal, but as I said, I'm seeing that more offices or more companies want people back in their offices, like in the US. Most people had to go to the office. And I don't think it's connected. Well, yeah, sure. Some people might not be as disciplined, but I think it's also connected to the fact that companies rented these huge offices for a lot of money. They signed the contracts and now those are sitting empty and they don't want that. So if they are type of managers who like to micromanage their people, then they of course will want them back in the office. But I think the remote work is should be, at least in my opinion, the way to go, because it opens up opportunity to get the best talent from all over the world. Also opportunity to get people for cheaper, I guess. But yeah, that's another question, which might be the problem. Then again, people might be working under conditions which are not protected as they would in given country. Let's say EU has strong protection of employees. If you get somebody from Asia, for example, it might not be the same. So yeah, there is a lot of pros and cons, I guess, these things. But in my opinion, this is gonna be at least available to work remotely for certain people. I think if you are really good and company really wants you, they will be more open to have you as a remote worker. If you are starting, maybe there will be the change that they want you to be in the office. I think it's important to decide why you want to do the change. For me, the biggest reason was that I wanted to keep traveling, living in different countries while having still a career without having to have my own business. So tech kind of like check the boxes. A lot of people might want to go to tech because they just need more money. And I don't know if that's strong enough, So probably deciding what's your motivator and if you are going to be motivated enough to really go through the change. We had some people in bootcamp who left throughout the bootcamp. And I was like, yeah, maybe it wasn't enough of a motivation, whatever it was motivating them to do the change at the beginning, that they found it hard and they just like stopped doing it. Yeah, so I would probably recommend people to get to know yourself. What do you really want? Don't do it just because other people do it and it worked out for them. You have to get to know yourself, to know what is good for you. Because I mean, you can get inspired by other people, but at the end, you need to know yourself to know what you need and what would be good for you. I think I have the advantage that I'm really fast. So I'm able to do a lot of things faster maybe than other people. The disadvantage is I get bored easily. So I need to have a lot of things going on at the same time. If I get bored, then I start overthinking things, and that's not good for me. But healthy balance, yeah, find something physical to do which is not connected. I started horseback riding again just to have some physical outlet, which I don't do at home because I do Pilates in the morning with YouTube video. But then again, I'm just like connected to a screen. So the horseback riding, I really have to go away and be with the horses. And it's really nice to be around animals and do something completely different. So I used to do hiking. Now I'm like, I don't know, I want to do something different. So yeah, I think it's important to find a hobby which is not connected to your screen time, because it is very tempting if you know want to get good at something, then you spend too much time on LinkedIn or other social media, and just focus on that. It's good to be able to switch off, but then you have to have that strength, but also having friends who don't spend too much time on these things as well. That helps. So yeah, trying to find a balance, always having something which is not connected to the screen for me.